In June of 1945, Frank was stationed at the Great Lakes Naval Training Center in Illinois. On June 13th, Frank wrote Jeanette this letter. Dearest honey, I got your letter and evidently you haven't received mine telling you about the change again to the 21st. My hair growing out some, but I'll get one more haircut, but they won't take anything off the top. Mom wouldn't miss the wedding for anything in the world. I also think that it's a good idea to get married late. If it was in the afternoon, you probably wouldn't have time enough to get ready. Only kidding. We are being moved to a different regiment today. I hope it doesn't change our date again. It won't change my address. It's still Company 607. Well, honey, I'll be waiting to get you in my arms. I love you very much. So good night, Angel. Pleasant dreams. Love, Stuffy. P.S. You should be able to apply for the license without the certificate, but I'll send it to you as soon as I get it. You should have it by Monday or Tuesday.
June 15th, 1945. Worked from 8 to 4. Got letter from Stuffy. June 16th. Worked from 8 to 4. Got special delivery, Stuffy's certificate. June 18th, 1945. Didn't work. Went to Milwaukee. Got my wedding dress. Got home at 7:30. They had surprise shower for me.
On June 6, 1944, 156,000 men of combined forces from America, England, and Canada launched an invasion on the beaches of Normandy, France. It was the beginning of the liberation of Nazi-controlled Europe. Jeanette was 21 years old.
Beach, plunging waist deep into the sea and threading their way among the steel asparagus tops which project out of the water. The anti-invasion barriers with mines on their tips, one of the devices which was studied long before invasion began. This was going on while Britain breakfasted to the first news of the Allied landings. These pictures take you right in among the men who are putting Dunkirk into reverse, planting themselves on the first bit of French soil to be won back after 4 years.
Jeanette was 22 on May 7, 1945, VE Day. The remnants of the German command agreed to surrender to Allied forces. Adolf Hitler, who had murdered over 9 million Jews in his concentration camps, committed suicide rather than face defeat.
Victory in Europe, I would ask you all to remember those of our comrades who fell in the struggle. They gave their lives that others might have freedom.
3 months later, on August 6, 1945, the U.S. dropped the atom bomb on Hiroshima, Japan. 3 days later, another bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. The total devastation caused by these bombs forced Japan to surrender.
Field here at ground level is a trail of devastation such as the world has never known. A single bomber, one bomb exploding 1,500 feet above the target, leaving no crater.
This is Jeanette's marriage license. It was issued on June 22, 1945. Frank was 24 years old and Jeanette was 22. Frank's occupation was listed as U.S. Navy and Jeanette's as a defense worker. They had dated each other for the last 5 years, and now it was time to take the next step. This is St. Mark's Lutheran Church in Watertown as it looks today. Jeanette and Frank were married here over 53 years ago on June 23rd, 1945 at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. It marked the beginning of another chapter in Jeanette's life.
June 23rd, 1945, our wedding day. Our wedding was at 3 p.m., took pictures, and then home. Received $147 in other gifts. Over 200 guests. Had a very nice day. At 11:30 went to Buffalo Inn. Elmer, Lolly, Marie, Gib. Had a grand time. Bed at 1:15. Couldn't sleep all night.
This is the Buffalo Inn in Watertown, where Jeanette and Frank went with some of the wedding party on the night of their wedding. This is the house of Jeanette's mother-in-law, Ida Staffeil, at 146 Elm Street, Oconomowoc. It was the first place Frank and Jeanette lived. This is Jeanette's mother-in-law, Ida Staffeil.
I think.
Now, when did you move in with Grandma Staffeil? Did you move in alone with her before you got back?
Well, that was after we were married, and then I stayed with her instead of being at home because Pa was so ugly.
What was it like living with Grandma Staffeil?
Well, not very good. She'd always boss. She'd always boss.
A boss?
Oh, when you kids were little, she never wanted me to take you out, you know. You'd catch a cold, you know. You always wanted to come along with me when I went, and she'd pull them off my arms and had to leave you home, and then you should cry, and I said, no, I'm taking them along.
Would she say something about
But she was overwrought.
She said you're going to kill him?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
She said you'd kill him taken out in this cold weather. I don't know or what.
How many years did you live there?
God, let's see. I was trying to think how old you were. I think 8 years. We lived with Grandma. Now, I lived with Grandma Staffeil 8 years.
What kind of jobs did you do when you were living at Grandma Staffeil's?
Oh, when I was living at Grandma Staffeil's, Did I work at the pea factory? Yeah, pea factory here, you know. And of course I worked at pea factory Watertown when I was home. And I worked in the pea factory here in Oconomowoc. And then I did washing and ironing when Frank was gone.
It was not easy for Jeanette living with her mother-in-law, but she would soon begin another chapter in her life.